Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Moving Right Along, a Muppet movie podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. It's the podcast where we watch Muppet Treasure Island 2 minutes at a time and talk about it a lot. I'm your host, Anthony Strand.
And I'm your other host, Ryan Rowe.
And our guest from last week was so excited about Muppet Treasure Island that he stuck around. Who are you, guest?
I am Jarrod Fairclough from toughpigs.com, and if you've heard the end of last week's episode, I've just found it. My blue sky is at Jazz Fairclough.
Ah.
There it is.
That's it.
I love when a cliffhanger pays off.
Yeah.
So Jarrod is joining us for minutes 31 and 32 of Muppet Treasure Island. In these minutes, the whole gang goes sailing for adventure. And we start with Captain Smollett telling Mr. Arrow, just set the sails. And we talked a lot in Muppet Christmas Carol about how Bob Cratchit kind of like set the standard for Kermit the Frog going forward. Yeah. And I feel like that at the start of this line is emblematic of that. It's very like he's the captain. He should be decisive, but he's not. He has to verbally pause before he tells Mr. Arrow what to do.
This is mild-mannered Kermit.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it funny? Maybe not.
I do like, though, that Sam just repeats it loudly again, like as he did in the last scene.
Yes.
He says set the sails, and Sam just loudly repeats set the sails. But then, Ryan, I think towards the end of last week, you mentioned Hans Zimmer is doing a lot of the work here.
Yeah.
And as we see the sails unfurl, he very majestically cues that happening. And it sounds great. It looks great. We have the sun behind the sails.
Yeah, it just makes it seem like really such a legitimate movie. Like this is almost like this is an epic. This is the Muppets doing an epic.
Right. Yeah, it's quite theatrical.
Yeah.
And like the Muppets had obviously done theatrics, but this is almost like cartoony theatrical. This is Muppety theatrical, which I think the other films hadn't quite done.
Right. This I think of all the movies, this one feels the most like it could be a stage production. Is what you're saying? Yeah.
Well, I definitely think the song that we're about to hear is very musical theater-y.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a banger, and we'll get into it. What I want to quickly say is that as Sam's, shouting out, set the sails, you've got Sweetums at the helm. Now, if we remember last week, we talked about the fact that Sam came within moments of killing Sweetums. I hope he had a backup plan, because obviously Sweetums is the one who's going to take the helm for most of this film.
Yeah,
did they have a backup plan?
I don't think he did. I don't think he had thought that far ahead.
Yeah,
come on, Sam, get it together, mate.
Steer this thing.
Is Mr. Arrow's name in the book Samuel Arrow, or is that just they've just put that together?
Mr. Arrow. They never say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So, but our regular crew are not the only ones aboard. The rats also wave to their friends and family on shore because they are departing for a cruise.
You can hear one of them say, "We'll send postcards."
Yeah, that's great.
And then one of them shouts, and I think it's Mr. Plagueman, shouts, "Where's my camera?"
Yeah, that's good.
And I love those just little things you hear in the background. I remember doing the when I did the podcast for Muppet Christmas Carol, I remember just the first time I picked up that someone at the end of Scrooge starts going, "What's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Guys, what's going on?" And it's something I'd never picked up before, and I'd never picked up this character going, "Where's my camera?"
Yeah.
And I just love those little background bits. Again, like we talked last week about the background, like Muppets in the background. I like to think these guys just got told, just improvise a bit, just shout something random out.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
It's fun, and it makes it feel more alive. Like, it makes it feel like this is really happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Hispaniola is off, and as it pulls out of the harbor, we hear the beginning of our third song in the picture, Sailing for Adventure. Now, Jarrod...
there's this shot right before that I can only assume is a combination of different techniques where we see the entire ship, which I think is a model in this shot, but it's on the water and we can see the city in the background, which we know was a miniature.
But there are birds flying around.
Right, and behind that we can see the sky and some hills, which I guess might be a painted backdrop or maybe a matte painting, and on the ship, there is a sailor who is actually like standing on the deck and moving around. So I have no idea how they do all this stuff together in one shot.
I don't know. And that's why, like, whether it's blue screen, green screen, whatever it might be, that's why I think the one from last week with Kermit was so jarring, because it doesn't look like that in any other part of the film.
Yeah, you
this
expect
is
it to
so
be more
well
convincing.
Yeah, this is so well composited together in all these different ways, which isn't impossible to do. But it's like, yeah, this is why I think this film's so impressive to me, is seeing this sort of shot.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. No, it looks great. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out, Ryan. But getting back to the song, Sailing for Adventure, a moment ago, Jarrod, you described it as a banger. So what do you like about this one?
Well, look, one thing I wrote in my notes as well is that in my head, this is the opening song to the film. Of course, it's not. It's the third. I completely forget about the wet blanket of a second song.
Yeah, sure. Understandable.
Yeah. And then I never put Shiver My Timbers at the start as a Muppet song. I think because I haven't got any recognizable Muppets. I just
except for Sal, of course.
Of course. I just sort of forget it's there. And so for me, this is like, this and Cabin Fever are the two songs that I like equate to this film. And I think because when I got this on VHS back in the mid to late 90s, I probably just rewound and listened to those songs over and over and over again. And so, like, when you guys said, hey, we're going to do, getting ready for Muppet Treasure Island, if you remember, the first thing I said was, hey, can I do Sailing for Adventure or Cabin Fever? But I think someone else had jumped in front of me for that one. Because it's just one of my favorite parts of the whole film. It's just like, it's loud, it's fun, it's silly, it's Muppety. It's probably the most Muppety this film gets besides Cabin Fever.
Sure. I think that's fair.
It's just occurring to me that I think we may have compared Shiver My Timbers to Scrooge in that many different Muppets get to sing individual lines, but that happens here too. There's so many Muppet pirates. I mean, spoiler, we don't know the pirates yet, but that each get to sing a line or two, and it's just fun to see so many of them here.
Well, and I think if we're going to compare it to a song in Christmas Carol, I think it feels like Christmas, right? It's the like, here's the thing we've been waiting for. We're just like all having fun. We're all bouncing around.
Yeah, and just look at how many Muppets are running around in the background.
Yeah.
But like, it really does astound me that this film is 31 minutes into the film. Oh, sorry, this song is 31 minutes into the film.
Yeah.
I remember as well saying to you guys, hey, obviously we got to figure out when I'm going to come on and when we're going to record. And you're like, we're not even kind of close to your bit yet. And I was like, what? And then I think, Anthony, you said, no, you're not until like minute 30. And I was like, no, that's not right. I think you've made something up.
Right, because it feels like this is when the movie starts, is when they are on the ship and going out onto the ocean. Yeah.
Yes, but it's half an hour into it. It's crazy.
Yeah. But speaking of previous episodes, our previous guest, Danny Horn, talked about how the regular Muppets don't get to sing all that much in this movie.
Yeah.
And indeed, the first verse of this song is sung entirely by 5 random non-regular characters. It's two generic whatnots first, then Walleye Pike and Dodo Bird, and then I believe his name's Calypso, but he'll always be the Eric Idle guy in my heart.
Or Calico, did we decide?
Calico.
Yeah, you're right, Calico. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I love the design of Dodo, the Dodo Bird Muppet.
Me too.
I do. I think he's cool looking.
I took way too long last night on Muppet Wiki trying to find the name of him and trying to find out where he was from. But he's a beautiful puppet, and I'd actually, again, this was in my notes. He was 17 years old at this point, like that puppet.
Yeah, I think it said he debuted in, was it the Anne Murray episode of the Muppet Show?
Yeah, it was season 4. Right. So I'm wondering whether or not it's just a really good quality build to be used 17 years later, or if they refurbed it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, good
Why
question.
not?
I don't know, but I agree. He looks great, and I think there's something nice too about having a dodo bird as like one of the sailors. Just I mean, obviously an extinct species, but an island species. And
he has sort of a Disney look to him too, which I think fits in well with this setting, where it kind of feels like it could be, I don't know, like Disney's Peter Pan or something like that.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. But so then after those guys get the first verse, then we get Kermit, Fozzie, Bunsen, all those guys come in on the chorus, which feels to me very, very like everybody's singing now. Like, you know, we got the verse, we're just random pirates, but then in the chorus, it's like we're all here, we're all having fun.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah, the whole family. We always come together at chorus. You know? And although I do it, also Sam looks side-eyed at Kermit as Kermit happily sings along. And then Sam leaves, which I think is very fun.
Yes.
Yeah, and then poor Kermit feels too awkward to keep singing.
Yeah,
poor little
Sam
buddy.
ruined his fun. You know?
He does. Although, like, just watching this now, he does do that sort of like, you know, I guess little gulpy face he makes. And then as we pull back to, again, that full chorus of Muppets, you do see him sort of go, oh, no, you know what? I'm going to sing along anyway. And he sort of starts bouncing around again.
Oh,
sure.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be, you know, sing like Sam the Eagle's not watching you, everyone. That's our message to you.
That's what we should put on a t-shirt.
Oh,
sing like Sam the Eagle's not watching you. Because I think that would actually move. Like, it's not specific to this scene.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. There we go.
You are all weirdos. Whatever. Why am I here? But I don't think we need to go through every line, but I have highlights that I want to talk about. If you guys have highlights you want to talk about, obviously jump in.
Yeah.
But one thing, the second chorus, the first chorus here ends with Mudwell the Mud Bunny from Fraggle Rock, hitting a high note on the line, "Manly men are we." And I don't know what it was in the 90s, this thing about like, wouldn't it be funny if a guy did a falsetto voice and that's the joke? Because like falsetto voices are normal. Like guys
that's true.
do them all the time. Like,
I mean, the Beach Boys' entire career.
Yeah.
The Four Seasons.
Right. I mean, Rush, you know, The Darkness. There's all kinds of them.
You think it emerged in the 90s, especially in comedy?
Well, I'm just thinking, I don't, but like, I'm thinking of Robin Hood Men in Tights has the song where they also do the like, we're men in tights thing, you know?
Tights. Yeah. Okay. Film. Won't be talking about that 2 minutes at a time. Anyway.
That'd be fun. I'd be into it. But I'm sure it does predate it, but it just seemed like there was a thing going around in the 90s where we were like doing, this man is singing with a high voice and that's the joke.
Yeah. And the Muppets will do it again in the Muppets 2011 movie when Hobo Joe sings in a woman's voice in the Muppet Show theme song.
Yeah, that's right. So I don't know. It's not my favorite joke. It doesn't really bother me. It just feels easy to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like the little business of him sort of, I don't know if he's fainting or just like falling backwards and we see his little feet
backwards. Yeah.
We see his little feet twiddle
flicker. Yeah.
That's fun.
But this is where I love that sort of idea of like, you can never figure out how tall the Muppets are. And that sort of the height continuity doesn't exist because he's on his back, but he's still halfway in the air.
Right. He's still in the frame.
Yeah. He's still in the frame completely.
He's
and
supposedly lying on his back.
Yeah.
Right.
It makes no sense.
Nope.
Right. Huh. But I do want to point out that the rhyme for Manly Men Are We is sailing for adventure on the deep blue sea. And Fozzie Bear, young Squire Trelawney, is seen on screen singing the lyrics, sailing for adventure on the deep blue sea at the end of the first chorus.
With everyone else.
God.
With everyone else, which I bring up only because, of course, the second chorus ends with hoist the sails and sing so that Fozzie can say sailing for adventure on the big blue wet thing.
Yeah.
But he knows it.
Well,
you're not fooling anyone, Fozzie.
And Sam looks disapprovingly on him there too. But they threw the line to him. It had to rhyme with hoist the sails and sing. So sing doesn't rhyme with see. What was
that's true? Fozzie is a pro. He's a pro.
Yeah, he's just playing along.
Yeah.
Is there a word for ocean that rhymes with sing?
I'm trying to think of one and I can't.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed in myself.
Hoist the sails and sing. We all recognize that Triton is king.
Oh.
I don't know.
I like that.
Right, go back. We'll get Frank and we'll redub it for future release.
Record it. You guys are buddies, so maybe we can make that happen.
We're old friends.
Right. Mm-hmm. Then Long John gets the next lines, or gets lines in the next verse. And this is the first time we hear Tim Curry sing in this movie, isn't it?
Well, he was singing the sailor song.
I suppose so, yeah.
When he came into the kitchen.
Right, but in the movie's production numbers, this is like the first one.
An actual number, yeah.
Right, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is his first screen musical since Annie, isn't it?
Oh, I would think so.
I think it is.
There weren't a lot of musicals being made.
Right. And it's funny because I feel like that's one of the things he's known for, right? Rocky Horror Picture Show certainly is probably his career-defining role.
Right.
And,
I feel like this is erasure of Nigel Thornberry, but go on.
Well, certainly up to this time, then. Let's say that, because the Wild Thornberrys premiered 2 years later.
Yeah.
But I think for whatever reason, like you said, Ryan, they weren't making a lot of musicals.
Yeah.
But he feels like one of these guys who, if he had been born, 30, 40 years earlier than he was, he would have been singing on screen all the time.
Oh, yeah. He's been in a few musicals.
If he'd been
Broadway.
a movie star in the 1940s or 50s, he would have been a musical star.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Can I just ask? I wonder if we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. When does he sing in this 2-minute clip?
He sings. Let me look up the thing. Okay.
Because he does sing in this song, but it's not in this clip.
It wasn't? Okay.
No, he does the whole, let's not get sloppy just because we're singing, aye, aye, sir. But then he does his line with Jim, I think, in the next 2 minutes.
Oh, so he doesn't sing in this at all? He doesn't sing right before that?
I don't think he has any solo lines.
Oh, well, never mind. Forget I said any of that.
But it was a really good conversation, so I just wanted to make sure that it's still a good conversation to have.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll pull back the curtain. My notes, all I had written down was Sam reminds Silver not to get sloppy just because we're singing, and I thought I must have forgotten to write down his line.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. No, that happens a little later on when Jim sings in the highest voice a boy has ever sung in his life.
Right.
Yeah.
Much higher than Mudwell the Mud Bunny.
Correct.
I think so, yeah. That's probably going to be next week, yeah. There is a shot where we see Long John hoisting himself up on I don't know what this thing is called. It's like a little, almost looks like a
little swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no obvious place in the shot where Tim Curry's leg could be.
No, I do wonder if that's obviously an effect. Like that's what
that one is. On the DVD commentary, Brian Henson says that Tim Curry is wearing a green sock on one leg. So that is like the Lieutenant Dan and Forrest Gump effect to make him, to make his leg disappear in that shot.
Right. But then we get to the bridge of the song and we see Polly Lobster, who we previously met, with two friends who we've seen around, but we have not been introduced to them by name yet.
Right.
But I think this is an appropriate place for our podcast to discuss them.
Sure.
Because this is their first featured moment. So Polly has his two friends, Clueless Morgan, a goat, played by Bill Beretta. Polly, once again, is Kevin Clash. Clueless Morgan, a goat, played by Bill Beretta, and Mad Monty, a monster, I guess.
Some kind of monster.
Some kind of monster with a tall hat.
Or he could be a heap of moss or leaves or something.
Yeah. Anyways, he's played by Jerry Nelson.
Yeah. I do like the design with the hat, where his eyes are just kind of poking out of his hat.
Poking out through the hat, yeah. I love the designs of all three of these guys. Yeah. I mean, we talked about Polly already, but I think Clueless is such a cool looking puppet too.
Yeah. Michael Frith probably designed these, right? He was working for the company still at this time.
Yeah.
And then we know that Clueless Morgan went missing. You know that?
The
story?
puppet?
The puppet went missing.
The puppet during production of this movie?
No, it was just after Muppets Tonight. The puppet went missing.
Clueless and Polly appeared on a recurring sketch that was the UK spot for Muppets Tonight.
And I believe they have found him since, and he was somewhere super random. I'm gonna do a little research.
Okay. So they knew where Polly was, but they didn't know where Clueless was. Is that what?
Yeah.
They knew where Mr. Callahan was.
Okay. According to Clueless Morgan's puppeteer, Bill Beretta, part of the reason that Clueless has not been used in any production since is the puppet went missing. Beretta added to his comment, "If anyone out there has seen him, please ask him to call home. His family miss him." As of 2015, the puppet was found and is now on display at the Center of Puppetry Arts.
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
So
Love
there
that
you
guy.
go. No idea where he went, but
Yeah.
nice to see he's back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
for
just in
sure.
a box somewhere. There must be so many puppets in so many places.
So there's a world where Clueless Morgan became the new Pepe.
He could have been, yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Would have preferred that, I think.
Huh. Well, he's just like a typical dumb guy character.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, he's a lot like Beauregard.
Mad Monty is just sort of like, I don't know, mean? Is that his
Creepy and
defining-
evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is creepy
He's
and
just
evil.
aggressive,
I love
yeah.
that.
He's quite murdery.
Well, and as we'll see, because there are lines here, like what is wild to me looking at this 2 minutes at a time, because this is a song I've heard my whole life since I was 11.
Yeah.
You know, many times, and it has never really occurred to me just how brutal their lines are in this song, because they are extremely bloodthirsty. It's just adorable Muppets talking about their favorite ways of murdering people.
Yeah. I love to see them cry when they walk the plank. I prefer
Yes, that's
to cut
Polly.
a throat.
That first one is Polly. Second one,
Yeah.
I prefer to cut a throat is Clueless.
And
Yeah,
not to
I
get
love
too...
to hang him. Sorry, go
so
on.
this is really boring, but the first time I saw the movie, I was very confused because I thought he said, I prefer to cut a trout. Like he's going to cut up some
Ryan, that is in my notes.
seafood. Oh, really?
Yes.
So it's not just me.
No, I was going to bring this up.
Okay.
I thought he said trout as well. And I remember, like, probably 10 years ago, singing this, just walking around the house, I guess, whatever it was in my head. And I got to that line, and my brother went, What was that line? And I said, I prefer to cut a trout. Like, it's just a funny little, like, throwaway, like, non sequitur. And my brother goes, that doesn't sound right.
It couldn't be.
He goes, get it up. Like, I need to hear it myself.
Yeah.
And so I got it up, and my brother's like, he clearly says throat. And now, like, I'm like, well, of course he does, but I can still hear trout in
Yeah,
this
I
line.
think he might say trout. I think it might be.
Mhm.
He has an
He
accent.
definitely says, I prefer to cut a trout. Definitely.
Yeah. So.
Trout.
Yeah.
I prefer to cut a trout.
All
but
right,
anyways,
I'm so glad
what
that
is-
wasn't just me. Sorry.
That's
Yeah,
so
but
funny.
anyways-
Yeah.
That is 25
Jared.
years of vindication.
Right. Jared, what does Mad Monty say? You were about to say his line.
I love to see him. I love to hang him high and watch their tiny feet try to walk in the air while their faces turn blue. I think
Yeah,
that's
it's
it.
little feet, but yeah.
Little feet.
It's so bloodthirsty.
When you
Like,
really
it
think
really
about it, you
is.
really imagine it.
Like,
Yes.
He's just
Well-
like, I want to watch someone suffocate to death while they struggle. Like, it's
Yeah.
These
wild.
are three characters who, a little later on in the film, will brutally torture Gonzo and attempt to very badly maim Rizzo.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they don't hold back in this film.
No, it's true.
That's why they
But-
exist, I guess. They couldn't cast pre-existing Muppets in these roles because nobody
Yeah.
would want to see, Scooter torturing Gonzo and Rizzo or whoever.
Oh,
Yeah.
that fan art definitely exists somewhere.
But then in the movie now they catch themselves. They realize that they are not supposed to be openly bloodthirsty pirates yet.
Because Sam is watching them too.
Yes. So then they say, "Just kidding. It's a good life on a boat." Rhymes with throat. Rhymes with throat. Right. And then the sailors all join in. Everybody joins in for another rousing chorus, and then the rats get the button on the song. Right. There are bingo games every fun-filled day and margaritas at the midnight buffet.
Margaritas at the midnight buffet.
And that's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that might be one of the defining lines in this whole movie.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, I love that all the pirates join in on echoing the Margarita line.
Right. Well, and I so this is dumb. This is maybe a little too inside baseball, but as we discussed in the season premiere, I decided not to do a rap for this season for the start. I ended up doing that one in the later episode.
Yes.
But when I was messing around with the idea of doing one, it was going to start. I'm Anthony Strand, and I'm here to say Gonzo has a future in the NBA. He's Ryan Rowe, and he's here to say margaritas at the midnight buffet.
Good start.
And I thought so, but I could just never get it. Yeah, it's just because I really liked that there were two lines that rhyme with, and I'm here to say that are
Yeah.
memorable lines from the movie. You know?
Yeah, that's good. I just noticed this time that this is all one continuous shot, starting from when we cut to Polly, Monty, and Clueless. They sing their lines, and then in the same shot, the camera keeps pulling back, and more Muppets jump into the shot to continue singing the next part of the song. And
Yeah.
you start to see like human actors in the background. I just get excited when I notice something like that for the first time.
Including some that I don't think we've seen earlier in the song,
Right,
right?
yeah.
Like Bagoonie from Fraggle Rock jumped out at me,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
example.
So that must have just taken impeccable timing to pull off that shot.
Yeah, everyone in. There's one puppet in this film that I don't remember seeing before or since. That I know has a line in Cabin Fever. It's like a bird, but it's got a giant, like, triangular wedge taken out of its nose.
A bird with a giant... Okay, so now I am scanning the helpful Muppet Wiki page, The Crew of the Hispaniola.
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, where was this yesterday when I needed it?
It existed.
Or did it?
Let's
Hang
see.
on. Of the Hispaniola.
Okay, listeners, if you know who it is, shout it out now.
Oh, okay, so he is listed only... He doesn't have a name. He is listed simply as Wedge-Nosed Pirate when you click on the image.
Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. You're right. It's very strange that it does look like they like cut a slice out of his nose. Like it's like a
Yeah, and I've never seen it before or since, and I hate it.
Yeah.
I notice it every single time.
Wow.
just because it kind of looks like he's falling apart or something.
Oh, because I don't know why they chose that design, but anyway.
Yeah.
And you don't think you've seen him in any other Muppet productions?
Well, I mean, there's no other link for it on Muppet Wiki.
Yeah,
and
okay.
those guys know their
Wow.
business.
Yeah, he doesn't have a name on Muppet Wiki. It's just the file is named Wedge-Nosed Pirate.jpg when you
Huh.
click on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
I will say I scanned this film frame by frame. Well, not film, sorry. This song frame by frame to find Mr. Curly Twirly, and I was so disappointed he wasn't
Oh.
there.
well, he's in the.
But I think
he's in
he
the.
turns up late. He's in the pirate at the start.
At the
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah.
At the
Mhm.
Okay,
admiral
I knew
window.
he
Yeah,
was in there
he's-
somewhere.
There's a really clear shot of Mrs. Blubberidge holding him on her arm when she's telling the boys to
Yes.
run.
Yeah,
There
I hate to
is.
tell you this,
Yes.
Jared, but he gets beaten up by Mrs. Blubberidge.
Wow.
He's probably dead.
Oh no,
She
I'm
killed
sorry,
him.
Jared. Mrs.
How does she
Blubberidge.
do that?
he hasn't
How
even
did
gotten
she
his
do
name
that?
yet, so he's fine because he's going to appear on Mr.
On Muppet Top Shop
I always want to call it
Okay,
Mr.
good.
Muppet Top
because of
he's gonna-
Mr. Curly Twirly.
Yes, that's why. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Don't worry about him.
Okay, all right. Good to know. Good to know.
Curly Twirly. So this song, somewhat frustratingly, ends right before this second chorus ends. Third chorus? Anyways, the chorus, a chorus ends. And we get the song, we get everyone singing, hey ho, we'll go anywhere the wind is blowing. And then Statler and Waldorf just get in shh, before we're done.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, they get sure, and
Yeah.
that's it.
So I don't know what they're telling us to do.
Shoes go on your feet.
Sugar's bad for you in excess.
Yeah.
Should we go to sleep?
Oh, yeah. They probably would want to go to sleep
Yeah,
because they're old men and they hate the Muppets.
they do hate the Muppets. And yet they are on the front of this ship.
Yep.
They are, but so well used in this film.
I say, yeah, I
It is a
agree. I
good
said that when they
Way to
first showed
fit
up.
them in. Yeah.
I think it's so
And I-
funny.
I love how big the puppets are as well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just trying to imagine Jerry and Dave in there, like, trying to puppeteer these things, because they look huge.
Yeah. They must have been, a lot bigger than what they were used to.
Yeah.
But again, like those guys got to do such fun stuff with them because the ghost stuff is wild too. Like that's so different from the Muppet Show,
Yeah.
where they're almost always stationary. Not always.
True.
obviously.
Yeah. Always in the same place in the theater box.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like Jerry and Dave take over, and they all of a sudden they get to do all this weird stuff with Statler and Waldorf.
Huh. Yeah.
You know. But anyways, that does bring us down to the end of the clip. Jared, any other thoughts on these 2 minutes before we go?
All right, let me go through my notes. Number one, Calico is just a great puppet. I love that design. I wish he was around a bit more. there's a continuity error when the first time they sing "Hey Ho, We'll Go." There's a dog puppet and it's like two dog puppets. I don't know, whatever it is. Might be the second "Hey Ho" actually. They are in the shop with the giant crowd, and then it cuts to the crow's nest, and they're on the crow's nest, and I'm like,
Oh,
that's. I said how good the continuity was in the last episode.
yeah.
That's terrible continuity, Brian Henson.
Yeah. Do they expect us to believe that those characters could be in two places at once? Come on.
Exactly. I hope someone got fired for that blunder.
Yes.
And the only other thing is one of my all-time favorite Muppets, just design-wise, and he was probably the original Mr. Curly Twirly in my eyes, is Angel Marie.
Mm.
Sure.
And I get so excited anytime I see Angel Marie turn up in anything. And then the first time when I went to the set of the Muppets in 2015, because I went 2 separate days, and the first one, I wasn't allowed to have my phone or anything on me. And Peter Linz took me into the Muppet room, and there was Angel Marie just sitting on a table. And I was like, and I couldn't take a photo because I didn't have any sort of phone or anything like that. I couldn't take a photo with Angel Marie. And then when I went back a couple of days later, they let me have my phone.
Oh.
And they were like, oh, yeah, just take a couple of photos here and there, you know, just don't post anything. And Angel Marie was like locked away somewhere. And all I wanted was a photo with Angel Marie.
Yeah.
And so this is like the secret. I'm like manifesting it. Like,
So
I
never,
just want a photo with Angel Marie. So I never got my photo with Angel Marie. Someday.
Yeah.
But Angel Marie, like, you know, I'd love to write for the Muppets one day. And Angel Marie is that character. I just wanted to make him really interesting, but you know nothing about him. just like a line in the background where you hear that he's got a Nobel Prize, or that he's won an EGOT, or whatever it is.
Wow, you have big plans for Angel Marie.
I have big plans for Angel Marie.
Yeah,
he's going to become an EGOT.
Should we assume that our listeners know which one he is? He's like the kind of green.
I think the best way, if you can't think of who he is remember Cabin Fever, the one who, again, it's a big burly male with a high voice, but he has the ukulele and he sings about being underneath a tropic moon.
Right. Yeah, and people
might go, oh yes, yeah, people look him up, but that's for anyone listening and remembers that bit. That's him.
Yeah,
we will talk more about Angel Marie pretty soon.
Yeah.
Ryan, any other thoughts?
Other than just I love how there's so many Muppets in this, as we mentioned, and they tend to pop in from all different corners of the frame. Like there are moments where somebody will sing a line, and then 5 Muppets will come in from like upside down at the top of the frame, sideways from either side of the frame. It just really makes the whole ship feel like it's alive and full of Muppets. Other than that, I have one note from the June 1st, 1994 draft of the screenplay, which is that in that draft, it specifies that seagulls, fish, dolphins, a whale, and mermaids are singing along with this song. And of course, we don't see any of that in the movie, which is fine, but that would have been fun to see.
Would have been kind of fun. Pull back, see.
Yeah, to see like a bunch of seagulls just kind of swarming around the ship, singing the song with them.
Swoop down and sing a line. Yeah. But yeah, they don't have all the money in the world.
That's the thing. Yeah, probably it would have been more complicated than necessary.
Right. So I have one thing from The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for this week. I mentioned last week that in the book, the actual departure is just handled very straightforwardly.
Yep.
Jim said, before I could lie down to snatch an hour of slumber, the Hispaniola had begun her voyage to the Isle of Treasure. The paragraph after that, I think, is so funny because it goes like this. I am not going to relate that voyage in detail. It was fairly prosperous. The ship proved to be a good ship. The crew were capable seamen, and the captain thoroughly understood his business.
That's it.
Yeah, there's actually one more sentence, which is, but before we came the length of Treasure Island, 2 or 3 things had happened which require to be known. So there like a couple of things do happen on the voyage, but I do love this. Just like
Did Robert Louis Stevenson have an editor?
I mean, I don't know. It was published serially.
Yeah.
So he must have.
Yeah.
Right? It was published in, what was it? Boys Adventure magazine or whatever.
I'm joking, but that does seem like something you could easily.
But I wonder if
that
when the writers got this film, read the book, I wonder if they were like, oh, we've got like free reign. We can do basically whatever we want as long as it's set on a ship.
Yeah.
Or if they look at it and go, oh god, like whether or not they sort of prefer to work within boundaries, or whether or not they are happy that they can just do literally anything they want. Because I can see both being almost limiting, I think.
Right. Well, I don't know exactly what it means, but I do think it's significant that Jerry Jewell did the adaptation for Christmas Carol by himself and brought in two different co-writers for this one. Like one a Muppet guy and one a literary adaptation guy.
Yeah.
You know? Because I think it had to have been harder to find that structure.
Yeah.
Than it was on Christmas Carol. Certainly.
So,
which follows the book, not as we determined last season, not as closely as people like to believe, but much, much, much more closely than this movie.
Yeah.
So, all right. That brings us truly down to the end. We will be back next week with another episode. Jarrod, we're capping it at 2, I'm afraid, but it has been a delight to have you. Thank you so much for coming on.
It's been an absolute pleasure to be here. God, what a good film. I know we've had our debates, Anthony, but I think we can both agree that this is the best Muppet film.
Yeah, last week when you said it's in the middle somewhere, I believe what you meant was it's the best one. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've gone back in the last week since we spoke. It's definitely been a week. It hasn't been 45 minutes. And I've rewatched it, and it's back to the favorite.
Wow.
Turns out it was number 1 all the time. All right. We both agree. It's the greatest Muppet movie of all time.
What a development.
Put that on a t-shirt. Jarrod and Anthony both agree.
Let's do it. Let's see how many people buy that one.
Even Anthony and I won't buy that one.
I know.
That's right. But we will be back next week. Ryan and I will be back with another episode. In the meantime, listeners, you can check out toughpigs.com on the internet, Facebook, all over the place. We're on Instagram. We're on Flimstaflam. We're all over the place.
Definitely like us on Flimstaflam.
Flimstaflam. You can
I'm
become
still waiting on my Flimstaflam invitation.
Oh.
I got a bunch of codes. I'll send you one.
Yeah, please do.
You can become a patron of ours on Patreon. We always appreciate that. You can email us at movingrightalong@toughpigs.com. And you can follow Ryan on Blue Sky at me, Ryan Rowe, and me on Blue Sky at Durwood Clapper. You can follow Ryan on Letterboxd at Movies Are Neat, and me on Letterboxd at Zeppo Marxist. Jarrod, you told us up top, but remind us once again, what's your social media handle?
You can find me on I'm on Twitter, but I'm probably going to leave it because Elon's the worst.
Yeah, leave Twitter. Nobody should be on Twitter.
Let's get that on a shirt. Elon's the worst.
I bet it's out there.
Yeah,
it probably is. You can find me on, obviously through toughpigs.com, but you can find me on Blue Sky, which is at Jarrod Fairclough. I think I'm the same on Threads, but I don't know. Just come find me. Email me. Let's just talk about Muppets.
Yeah, man.
Sounds
great.
Good.
And thank you, as always, to Morgan Davy for designing our logo. And thank you to you, listener, for eagerly tuning in every week, giving us a positive review, sending away for your Pep cereal, Superman ring, all that stuff. And we'll see you right back here next week for another episode. Goodbye.
I prefer to cut a trout.
I prefer to cut a trout.